Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another Facebook Live. It's Friday, so I hope everyone had a good week. And this time I am coming to you from my office again. So back to the normal location. And let's see what's been going on this week. This week has been kind of crazy, which is kind of what I wanted to talk to everyone about today. Um, and just been stressful, lots of stuff happening, kind of, I guess, end of year, mad rush with work stuff and just things to get done, life and whatnot. So I've been getting up kind of early um, and just stress, it's taking its toll and feeling it this week for sure. So, I'm human just like everyone else. And when I get busy, my the first thing to go, ironically, is my stress management practices, the things that I probably need the most, honestly. So I think I've only meditated once this week. I haven't spent a lot of time just by myself, doing something relaxing, not doing something work related or family related or something like that. So yeah, just haven't made time for myself. And ironically enough, this is the time that I need to make the most time for myself. So just like everyone else, with their various things that they want to change about their health journeys, whether it's a diet or an exercise routine or whatnot, something that comes up often is the theme of accountability. And how do you stay accountable for the changes that you want to make? Um, I often hear that from clients when I talk to them and talk to them about why maybe they are looking into getting a health coach. One of the things that almost everyone says is accountability, right? They want someone to hold them accountable for the changes that they want to make, and that helps them keep them motivated or helps them because they have someone to go to in times where they're struggling right now, like who's holding me accountable for my stress management practices, um, or the diet changes or whatever the health change that you're trying to make is. So outside of going and hiring someone like a health coach, what are your options for accountability, right? So to hold yourself accountable for the things that you want to change. Well, I think, friends, family, other acquaintances that you have, are great first options to look to, people that you might be close to, right? People that have gone through maybe a similar journey as you, always great people to start with, right? Someone that maybe has made the changes in their life, they've implemented these changes in their life before, and they've gone through the struggle already, are great people to just, use as an accountability partner. And I'm sure they would be happy to because they were there in their own journeys as well, right? But oftentimes I hear people say, well, there's no one else around that is doing this like me, right? They're not interested in this health and wellness space, and they don't really care and in whatnot. So, I feel kind of awkward asking them to hold me accountable for my changes. And that might be the case, right? They might not necessarily have any interest in holding you accountable for you making changes related to your health and wellness. But you might be surprised, so I wouldn't be afraid to ask if you feel very comfortable with that person or anything like that. Um, but outside of that, social networks, right, are always great. Uh, you know, just you don't necessarily have to have someone specifically from that social network, but just the group in general can help you out and hold you accountable, right? If you're struggling with being consistent with your exercise, post something, say, I've missed 3 days in a row. I haven't gone to the gym. I could use some moral support here from people to get me back motivated to make sure I stay on the right path, right? And people in that group are obviously going through similar things or have gone through similar things, and they'd be happy to help you out, I'm sure. So use Facebook groups, use connections or whatnot, social networks, meetup groups, stuff like that, outside of your just in-person connections to help you be accountable. And the last thing is I hold myself accountable. That's how I do it. I maybe it's a trait of mine. I've never really thought about it before. That I set expectations for myself in various different areas, whether it's business, work, social relationships, exercise, my diet, my routine, etc. And I always hold myself accountable and to the standards that I set for myself, and I'm pretty good at trying to hit those standards. Obviously, sometimes like this week with my stress management practices, they have fallen off the wayside, but I guarantee you that next week I'll be right back on the horse, because I know this week was not good, right? And I could see how it impacted me. And I think that's just a very strong motivator for me. I can tell my mood is not the best. I haven't been the most happiest person to be around family-wise. My sleep has been off, and I know that it's all because I have too much stress and I haven't taken the time to try and address that stress. So that's enough motivation for me to just make sure that I make time for it now. I need to make more time, and I'm about to go do my meditation right now because I haven't done it yet. After I'm done with this Facebook Live, right before my family gets home, to make sure that I'm in a good state of mind before the kids get home and my wife gets home, and start over again, basically. And it's good to, and the way you do that, the way you hold yourself accountable is, I think, is being in touch with yourself and understanding your feelings and being present, and realizing what the side effects of not doing these things are, whether it's your diet or your exercise routine or whatnot, right? And as soon as I think it's a powerful motivator when you can realize the changes that are happening by not doing these things and keeping themselves. So that's how I keep myself accountable. I don't personally need someone else, but for sure, when I see things like my mood not being the best and not being the best husband and father that I possibly could be, that's all the motivation I need to make sure that I change what I'm doing and address whatever is lacking. That's all I need to do. So find something that's meaningful to you. Make sure that you're aware of the changes in your body and attach it to that meaningful thing. And then as soon as things start to go in a bad direction, what you have to do to bring it back. And you have that motivation and that accountability to bring it back. So that's the message for today. I hope everyone found that useful. And if not, or if you have other questions or have other strategies for holding yourself accountable, please let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have questions or want help or anything like that, please reach out and let me know. And appreciate you all for watching the video. Talk to you next week.